Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to a new episode of Games and Names. Our sport for this episode is the sport of equestrian, and our featured star guest is the president of the Al Jazeera Equestrian Club. So let's get to know more about equestrian in Egypt and about our featured star guest in the upcoming minutes of Games and Names. Equestrianism, more often known as horse riding or horseback riding, refers to the skill and sport of riding, driving, steeplechasing, or vaulting with horses. This broad description includes the use of horses for practical working purposes, transportation, recreational activities, artistic or cultural exercises, and competitive sports. Equestrian events were first included in the modern Olympic Games in the year 1900. By 1912, all three Olympic disciplines still seen today were part of the Games. The following forms of competition are recognized worldwide and are a part of the equestrian events at the Olympics. They are governed by the rules of the International Federation for Equestrian Sports, the FEI. Dressage, or training in French, involves the progressive training of the horse to a high level of impulsion, collection, and obedience. Competitive dressage has the goal of showing the horse carrying out, on request, the natural movements that it performs without thinking while running loose. Show jumping comprises timed event judged on the ability of the horse and rider to jump over a series of obstacles in a given order and with the fewest refusals or knockdowns of portions of the obstacles. Eventing, also called combined training, horse trials, the 3-day event, the military or the complete test, puts together the obedience of dressage with the athletic ability of show jumping. The fitness demands the cross-country jumping phase. In the last named, the horses jump over fixed obstacles such as logs, stone walls, banks, ditches, and water, trying to finish the course under the optimum time. There was also the steeplechase phase, which is now excluded from most major competitions to bring them in line with the Olympic standards. The additional internationally sanctioned but non-Olympic disciplines governed by the FEI are combined driving, endurance, reining, and vaulting. These disciplines are part of the FEI World Equestrian Games every 4 years and may hold their own individual world championships in other years. The FEI also recognizes horseball and tent pegging as its two regional disciplines. Para-equestrian competition at the international events, also including the Olympics, are governed by the FEI and offer the following competition events: para-equestrian dressage, conducted under the same rules as conventional dressage, but with riders divided into different competition grades based on their functional abilities, and para-equestrian driving places competitors in grades based on their skills.
My name is Rami Iskandar, chairman on board and the president of this club. This is the Ferusaya Club, the oldest club in the Arab world. It has been established in 1938. This club is the school master for all the riders and for all the generations for horse riding and show jumping. Today we are in the club this morning. We are attending a session, a clinical session from Karim Zoghbi, one of the Olympic riders of the world. He's been raised from this club, and he's the Egyptian Olympic rider who participated in many competitions, in maybe 4 Olympics in the name of Egypt, and many international shows. Today he is in his club giving a clinical session to the riders and to the team of this club. Today he has 22 participants that are training with him for the second session that he's coming for, especially in Egypt, to train them and to prepare them. Around you, you can see Ferroseya Club, the oldest club in horse riding. We have a school of riding. We have the basics. We give the basics until we prepare the riders for competitions. Around you, you can see the history of equestrian sport in Egypt. We're so glad that to take you around this country. I have been a rider in the past, and I was competing in the name of this club in all levels until the highest level. And I was the member of the team of this club for national shows, and I had the opportunity also to participate in international shows. And I have established the first junior team of this club in 1985. And now I'm the chairman on board.
For the courage I possess through the drama. H is for the hurt, but it's all for the honor. A is for my attitude, working through the patience. Money comes and goes, so the M is for motivation. Gotta stay consistent, the P is to persevere. The I is for integrity, innovative career.
This club had the opportunity to have the best riders, or one of the best riders of competing here and competing worldwide, was Karim Zobi. This club had also Olympic riders of the 50s and the 60s, like General Alwi Ghazi, General Selim Zaki, General Gamal Haris, General Omar Al-Hadari. All these riders were members of this club in the 50s and in the 60s. Also, General Abdul Karim Sadiq was one of the Olympic riders. These riders went into international shows. We had the famous actor Ahmed Mazhar, this was his second home, Ferroseya Club, and he also competed in the Olympics, in the international shows, and he was a famous judge. Best judges came also from members of this club, like General Gamil Haris, General Ahmed Mazhar, Dr. Ahmed Shawqi, Dr. Bakr Hashim, who is now the vice president of the club now. So we are keeping the generations that are coming from the 50s continuing, and we are building student riders from our school. We're building riders, we're building characters, we're having the best opportunity for having a successful rider to come out from this club. The most important competitions that are held in Egypt is the national show under the federation, the Egyptian Federation. The president of the Egyptian Federation this round is engineer Hisham Hatab, who is also the president of the Olympic Committee, and now the equestrian sport in Egypt is under the spots, and we have we are lucky that our president of the federation is also the president of the Olympic Committee. We are having national shows in Egypt. Every month we have one round from the national shows. We have a very good team now that is competing in the international level as Egypt, not as the club. Egypt has a very good international team that are competing. One of them is Karim Zohri, and we have Mouda. And now they are on the international level, and they are winning a lot these days. Egypt is being now significant in the sport, in the international sport, for the first time since many years. The past 4 years, 5 years, we have been now winners in the international level. So please follow the equestrian sport. It's very attractive now to see. The characteristic of a rider has to be, we build a character, not only a talent. We build a talent and we build a character. So the specifications of a rider, he has to be in his personality. We build his personality as a rider. And then we build his talent. Of course, a rider has to have a talent, but we work on building this talent into a winner. As we see today, the riders, we are watching the capabilities of the riders when there is a good trainer. Once there is a good trainer and you have a talent, you will have a very good opportunity in this sport. As the capacity of a horse, the horses, we have two kinds of horses. Arab horses, that are the horses for beauty and dressage, and we have foreign horses, like Belgian horses, German horses. These horses, Dutch horses, these horses are for jumping. They are the best for jumping because they have the muscles, they have the size, they have the power to be able to jump the shows, because the international shows are reaching a level of height that reaches 1 meter 65, 1 meter 70. 1 meter 65 is the average now in the 5-star international shows, and these require big horses, big muscles. This comes from the foreign horses. Our Arab horses are the horses that are winners for beauty, and they are good in dressage. They are good in horse racing as well, for their size. They don't go in racing with the foreign horses because it's a different muscle, different skeleton. a rider starts, we always like to see a rider that starts from age of 6 years to 8 years old. We have 9 levels in the school. We take him and we test. We put him under tests every 10 lessons, and we put him in another level. The horses, the riders, when they start with us and they start jumping into competitions, after they fulfill the 9 levels, we take them to shows, to competitions. The competitions start from the level of height 60 centimeters until the level of height 1 meter 30, 1 meter 40, 1 meter 45. The school here takes care of the riders until the level of 80 centimeters with our horses, with the school horses. Then you have your own horse and we get you. The club here has very good trainers, and we start to prepare the rider for the high levels of competitions until the 1 meter 30, 1 meter 40. The Olympics of this, the late Olympics for equestrian sport, we consider it the best results. The best results. We were okay. We were the 11th on in the score of the individuals, but we had a very good performance, a super performance from our riders. We had very little of faults, and as I see our riders and as I see the horses that are competing in the international level and in the Olympic level, I believe the coming Olympics we will have a better opportunity, even better opportunity, and the curve of the sport is going perfectly high for the coming period on the future of this sport in Egypt. Professional riders, they prefer, of course, to stay still in Europe because the competition in Europe is bigger. They have more opportunities in Europe to go into more shows and more competitions because we still are closed as a country and we are not being able to receive our neighbors and other countries with their horses into the country because of the pandemic problem, veterinarian problem. And I believe if this is solved, if this problem is solved, and we start receiving, as we used to receive, the Arab world to come with their horses into Egypt, and we go with our horses outside Egypt, we will give better opportunity to the professional riders to be in Egypt during this preparation. Their big problem is that they cannot compete with their horses if they are staying inside Egypt. So that is why professionals, they have to stay in Europe for the 2 reasons. One reason, because there is more competition in Europe. Second reason is that they have a free opportunity to take their own horses around the competitions. I have strong hopes to this country for this sport, especially that we are supported by His Excellency President Sisi, who loves horses and who supports the sport. This opportunity from the Federation, from the Olympic Committee, from the President of Egypt, this is the best opportunity that we can have as Egypt to have the best team of Egypt, and we start really competing and being competitive worldwide.